Hey guys! I know, my hair is up for like the first time ever on this channel. Whoa, change! Today's video is going to kind of be a part 2 to a video I made a few months ago entitled Social Anxiety and Friendships. That, I think, is my most popular video. Like, I had a lot of people come to me and tell me their issues with social anxiety. And social anxiety is a problem that I feel like isn't being talked about enough because maybe most people don't understand social anxiety. I'm going to also be talking about panic attacks and having to deal with them if you do deal with them, because I thought I was a person that never ever dealt with panic attacks or that I never had any panic attacks, but now looking back on it, I realize that I have had panic attacks before and I still get them. So as with the last video that I made, I will leave links down below to information that talks about anxiety, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, anxiety disorder, because I feel like, again, people just don't really know a lot about that. But I hope that with me talking about my experiences with it and how I deal with it and how I calm myself down and maybe give you guys some tips and information on how you can help someone who's going through an anxiety or panic attack, I feel like that will just help with this information, because people should be informed on how to deal with this, because it is something that does happen almost every day with people. For myself personally, I have quite a lot of real legitimate phobias for myself. And what I mean by real and legitimate is that the fear is real for me. I have an actual freak out. I curl up in a ball and I either start hyperventilating or I start crying or shaking. I might get cold sweats or hot flashes or both. Those are the typical telltale signs of someone going through an anxiety or panic attack, but a lot of the times it can be internalized, meaning that the person will close themselves off and they're experiencing the anxiety. They will just sit there and they will internalize their emotions and they will try to calm themselves down, because on the outside they look maybe somewhat calm and collected, but on the inside they're freaking out because they don't want to either draw attention to themselves or they just don't want to be remembered that they're going through this attack. So they try to just keep it to themselves and calm themselves down, because a lot of the times when you bring other people into your attack and people are constantly saying, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay, how are you feeling? Like, people who have anxiety don't want to be reminded that they are feeling horrible, that they are feeling like they can't breathe, or they're feeling like they can't get relief. People are different, but for me that's how it is. Like, for example, I have a fear of flying, I have a fear of airports and of flying because I have emetophobia. I really freak myself out. I really, really do. And like, I'm the kind of person that just gets anxious about everything. So if I know that I'm going to be at an airport soon, or if I'm going on a trip somewhere, I will get myself so anxious and riled up, like weeks before, days before, months before, and I'll think of things that could possibly go wrong. If you don't know what emetophobia is, it's a fear of being physically sick, like, you know, throwing up and all that stuff. It's just, even talking about it, like, I'm already starting to get really closed up about it because it's a real phobia for me. And with flying, it ties in for flying for me because when I first went on an airplane, I was sick the whole way through, and so that left me scarred with flying, that left me scarred with being physically sick. So with both of those things tied together, it's the worst coagulation of things ever for me. So that's just my example. And so when I'm on a plane, I keep myself in my own space. I tune out the world around me and I listen to like Beethoven or Mozart and I blast it in my ears so that I don't hear anyone else around me, and I want to forget that I'm on a plane. I want to just think that I'm laying down in my bed just relaxing and I'm calming myself down. I don't like it when people poke and prod me and they say, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, I understand that they're concerned about me, but I want to forget that I'm going through this. So by somebody actively prodding me and asking me if I'm okay, it's reminding me that I have this anxiety and that I'm in this area where I could potentially have a panic attack. Because of my emetophobia, I have had horrible panic attacks over it. Like, if I even get the slightest bit nauseous, I freak out. I start crying and I start shaking. It's really, really bad. So if you are going through that level of anxiety, I would highly recommend going to a counselor. I personally have never been to a counselor or a therapist for my anxiety and for my phobias before, but I am considering it, definitely. You know, maybe some people don't want to go to therapy because maybe it's a money issue, or maybe they don't want people to think that there's something wrong with them, or there's just this stigma around going to therapy and getting help for what they want to have fixed in their life. But it is a thing that will help you, because those therapists, those counselors are trained and they know what to do to help you. They know what medicine to give you if it came to that point where you needed medicine. Failing that, you can even find like message boards online, like health message boards, and you can share your story with people and they can help you out and you can hear their story. And you know, it's just a way for you to know that there are other people in the world going through what you're going through and experiencing the feelings that you feel, because anxiety and fears and phobias and panic attacks are real things, and you know, the people going through it, it's real to them. So don't mock somebody for having a fear. That is the most insensitive thing you could ever say to somebody. Like, for example, I have a fear of bugs, all kind of bugs, flying bugs. I have a huge irrational fear of butterflies. I always have. Ooh, sorry, I'm just even talking about it. Like I said, it just really freaks me out and I get really closed off. So this video was kind of hard for me to make, but I'm pushing myself to do it and talking through my phobias, because I want people to know that there are people just like them out there who are going through this, and that hopefully they will get into to help themselves get help. And I was picked on and teased on at school because of my insectophobia and my fear of butterflies. I don't know if there is an actual name to that fear of butterflies. There probably is. I don't know it. But yeah, I was really genuinely afraid of them as a young girl. I don't know how it started for me, but I was always afraid of them. You know, like I said, it's real to the people who are experiencing this, and for whatever reason, they can't control their phobias. They can't control when they're triggered by something. It just happens. So that's why trigger warnings are a nice thing to have, because otherwise you're just setting someone up to have a horrible flashback, PTSD, panic attacks, or anxiety attacks, and they're real and serious issues. The one way you can help somebody going through an anxiety attack or panic attack is just to let them know that you will be there for them, and talk to them. Talk to them about what you can do when the time arises if your friend suffers from a panic attack. So then that way, beforehand, you know what to do when it happens. Just communication's the best key. I will leave a lot of links and information down below of websites that I use to help me, and of techniques that I do to calm myself down, because this video can go on for a very long time, because I'm so passionate about speaking about this, because I have horrible anxiety. Not just social anxiety, which I do have, but just generalized anxiety because of these fears and phobias that I have. I'll leave everything down below, so please check out everything in the description. If you want to be my friend on other social media, I have Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, I have a beauty YouTube channel. So if you like any of that stuff and you want to be my friend, then please, links are down below. Let's talk, let's have a conversation. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys on the flip side. Bye guys!